We have one wood. Let's make one barrel. Oh, that's a bed. No. 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 Barrel. We need a barrel. Ask away. But while we wait for the questions to pile up in chat, I'll get to those in a sec. Going back to surroundings, we're going to talk about surroundings. So, yeah, for the people that are not able to see the chat, there are a couple basic surroundings. Note I'm just chopping down trees here. You have benign, neutral, and savage. Those are your three. So for good places, serene is benign, neutral is mirthful, and savage is the joyous wilds. For neutral locations, benign is calm, neutral is wilderness, and savage is the untamed wilds. I normally play on untamed wilds. That is, I like building a large fortress without too many complications. So normally untamed wilds for me, but in this case, going into the evil locations, benign evil is sinister, neutral evil is haunted, and savage evil is terrifying. So in terms of surroundings, terrifying is the worst case scenario. It is the most violent, it has the most enemies, it is the worst, according to savage evil. Like, that's supposed to be the worst. But if you ever played Dwarf Fortress, you'd realize in a heartbeat that haunted is far worse. Because things come back to life in haunted. They do not come back to life in terrifying. If you have terrifying and haunted, just quit. Just stop the game. There is nothing you can do. It's over. Alright, we're gonna give him a Gabbro wall. Wall the vampire in for all eternity. Okay, so going back to chat. Questions in chat. If you designate a dumping zone and select your items for dumping, once those items are dumped and then reclaimed, once those items are dumped and then reclaimed, if you select new items to be added to the dumping zone, will the dumping zone still be valid? Can you basically, so the question is, in short, can you reclaim things after you dump them? Yes, as long as you don't dump them into a magma pit. As long as your dwarves can get to the location, they can reclaim it. Always and forever. They can always get it back. Don't worry about the wording. I'm glad you clarified it for me because I was getting really confused as I was reading it. So thank you for the extra clarification on that one. Is that a lion? That is a giant louse. Exciting. Yes, the location should still be completely valid for future dumping. No problems on that. The zone will still remain a dumping zone, but when you've dumped things, you can still go back and reclaim them. You just have to make sure they're not forbidden. If they're forbidden, then you cannot reclaim them. So you need to unforbid them. If you don't know how to do that, quick and easy, you can just go into your stocks, Z, arrow over to stocks, and then go in here. I shouldn't have anything forbode, but say footwear, if it's forbidden it'll have a bright yellow F. If some things are forbidden, like if I were to forbid that one specifically, it'll be a gray F. Now, how do you actually switch in between to see individual items like this? Press tab. You can see individual items, you can deal with them. So if I want to dump like these, but I want to keep these, then I can just go into tab and it'll do it automatically. Dragoon expounding upon my answer there. Yes, there's a way to do a quantum dump that will store an infinite amount of items, but it's really only useful for stone and ore. To a lot of people, it's kind of like cheating as well, because I mean, you're throwing everything onto one spot. Eventually, landfills do fill up. You gotta be careful about that. But the quantum dump, one of the most efficient ways I see to go about it, looks like the game's picking up on FPS again. What are those? One-umped camels. Okay. A very popular way is to put everything under a bridge, that you don't want, and then lower the bridge. It's called the Dwarven Atom Smasher. It's very effective at removing items from the game. Yes, that's called it's called a quantum dump when you put a bunch of stuff on one location almost infinitely. But that's not the same thing as the Dwarven Atom Smasher. Do not get those mixed up. They are not the same thing. The Dwarven Atom Smasher is completely different. It's just for removing items. For putting items in a location... Whoa. What did I just push? Go to U, P... Oh, okay, that's the recording thing. Okay, yeah, whatever. I'm not recording in the game. Don't need to do that. I'm already recording on... using XSplit on Twitch TV. Yes, the Dwarven Atom Smasher, if you want to remove it absolutely completely, use the Dwarven Atom Smasher. So, getting a little further into what we want to do. And do that, and then 3, 2, 3, so right here would be the next location, I believe. Okay, right there. So right here is going to be our entrance. We're going to try and clear that out. Actually, no, that's not what I'm doing. Screw that, whatever, forget what I just said. We're not going to do that. Indecisiveness. Okay, so another question from chat. First, go to Burrow 2. You don't have to be in the burrow anymore, but you get to chill in there for all eternity. Have fun. Another question. I actually managed to kill a few goblins in my last game. I couldn't figure out how to collect their items after they had been killed, their weapons, armor, clothing, bolts, whatever, what have you. I saw there was a claim option. If I use that, would my dwarves just run out and collect them? Because I tried that and it didn't seem to work. Yes, they will go out and collect them. Again, you can do it one by one by using K and going over stuff. If I were to forbid that, they won't have it anymore. But then you claim it, and now it's your dwarves again. Now, the reason why it probably wasn't working for you, even though it said that it was completely yours, you took over possession of it, the reason why it probably wasn't working is because you didn't have an open stockpile. In order for your dwarves to carry things inside, they need to have a place to put it. So if you don't have an open stockpile, it'll just continue to sit outside. If it's weapons, you can use, if you go to build, press Shift T, and then W for weapon trap. I need mechanisms. I don't have any of those, but if you do that, you can actually bring the weapons in. They'll just take the weapons from outside and put them right in the weapon trap. They don't even need to be in a stockpile. But you really, if you need the empty space in order to move stuff. Okay, so we're out of distillable items. It is early spring, so do we have our farms working? Yes, they're already being planted. Good to go. We have a nether cap, I hope. Is that a nether cap? Please? That's a tunnel tube. I really wish it was nether cap. Whoop. Oh, there we go. Wow, pregnant. First year. I want to say whore. Or slut. I don't know. But congratulations! She gave birth to a girl first year. Here we go. So, another way to play the game is to not deal with stockpiles. To not worry about those. An easy way to do that is, you see right here, I have my up-down stairs right there, right next to my trade depot. Now, you also notice down here I have another up-down stairs. So why do I have two? This one goes to my workshops. This is for my crafts, my drinks, my whatever. It's all down here. It's right next to the trade depot. But this one, right here is the quarters. It will be later. You see it goes down and down and down. It's our vertical path. This is our stone stockpile, more or less. It's just an excavated area. And it goes down. This is our exploration tube. It's our whatever to go downstairs tube, basically. Now, I'm curious because I saw something. At the beginning of this game, I'm going to check it real quick. Again, only dwarves. Really? Really? It says my only neighbors are the dwarves. And that bugs me. We're going to play through this year. Spring, summer, fall, winter. We're going to play through it. If I don't get an elven caravan, if I don't get a human caravan, nothing, then we're going to make a new game. I don't usually look at civilization early in the game, so I don't actually know whether or not the caravans will arrive. But we'll see. If we go through this whole year and the only other caravan is the dwarves, then we're going to start from fresh on a new location that is terrifying next week. So just stay posted for that on today's Let's Play. Yes, kobolds are also in the game. They can be a civilization. In my other civilization, the one that's in the Untamed Wilds, that I'm playing just for fun to see how long I can make a fortress last. At this point, it's made it like 18 years with like 230 plus people. It's crazy. People ask me, why do I hate FPS so much? It's like, my computer can handle it. More migrants. Beautiful. Here they come. But yeah, on that one, I actually started with kobolds right in there. Oh, okay. Giving birth to a boy. That's 2 babies this year. Amazing. So the suspicions are at this point that more races will show up, that they'll appear as time progresses. The elves, the humans, and the goblins will show up eventually. As well as potentially the kobolds for kobold thieves. If you actually start with kobolds in your embark site, then you have an entire kobold society, which is very interesting to deal with. Oh my god. Wow. They just keep coming. It's like the Energizer Bunny, just keep going and go. Oh my. Serious? How many dwarves did I just get? I can't handle this many. We don't have that much drink. Oh my god. What the? Are you serious? You serious? It has to end at some point. Is that it? Is that everyone? How many dwarves did we just get? Holy sweet mother of... Wow. I'm going to do a little bit calculator math right here. Slap up a calculator so you guys can see this. We had 18. So we're at 65 minus 18. We just got 47 dwarves. And 7 animals. Oh my god. So, mass slaughter. That'll be good.